Okay, it started. Here we go. Another fun week of Photoshop parties. Today we're going to talk about basically making a flyer. Um, I made a calendar recently for Professional Flowers of Idaho, and he said, "This is the layout that I want." Handed me something. I said, "Oh, that'd be easy." So I just made it and popped it out. But before we get started, let's go
Hello.
ahead and talk about this critter right here. Every week we put it out there, but it's going to keep going out there till June 9th through the 14th. West Coast School, Photoshop 0 to 16 a week. So if you want to do a full week of this, um, sign up. We're going to have fun. And if you don't want to take my class, there are a few others that could be valuable. Um, well, not as good as mine, but they're going to be good. If you like Tim Meyer, this is going to be his last class he does for West Coast School, at least for a year. I don't know. Mel might kick him out forever after learning how much fun we're having without him. Um, Mel, what's the lineup? You got it off the top of your head, so I know we have.
Pete Rizak is doing all sorts of lighting. We've got Sharon LaBelle and Karen Nakamura doing macro and compositing. Scott Detweiler is doing AI compositing. And we have Mike and who else? Who am I missing? That might be all five.
That
We
might
have
be all
five
five.
classes. Yep.
So it's a lot of fun. I always look forward to West Coast School, and even with the move, I think it's going to be a blast. I mean, we might even be closer together up there. So
Yeah, I
come
think
on.
it's going to be closer. Restaurants are closer for sure. There's a lot of positives as to how this is going to work out better in the long run. Plus, for most people, it's a ton closer.
Yeah, don't have to go all the way down to San Diego. For me, it's just well, it's a little bit closer, probably about 100 miles closer. So, all righty. So we'll close that puppy out. Command W to close. I said close. Thank you. And this is what I'm going to build is a schedule something like this. Um, and we'll show you how fast and easy it builds like this. So let's go ahead and get started. I am going to start with a new document, and I'm going to make it 8 by 10 at 300, white background just to make it easy. Adobe RGB 1998, the standard square pixels, all that good stuff, which is the default. And then click create. And now I have a brand new critter. Probably the first thing I'm going to do is put some guides on there. So I'm going to go to view, guides, new guide layout. I'm going to let it do all the work. Um, so at this point, it already shows 4 columns, but it only shows 1 row. And I need at least 5. So let's go ahead and put 5 rows, 4 columns, and the top margin. If I put 12 inches, it's not going to work because it's only 10 inches tall. So the top margin, let's say 5, nope, 4, nope, 3. We're getting close. Let's try 2.5. And you can see as I adjust that it will put in the squares for me and I can do it on the fly and keep changing it. If I decide to change my mind and say, okay, I only want 4 rows, so we hit 4, we'll do it that way. We'll just make 4 rows just to make it easy. And then I click OK. So that's pretty much my layout. Super easy to do. Um, and then I had a thing like this. Let me stop sharing, see if you can see this. This is what I had in front of me, what he wanted a design to look like. So I just took it and ran with it and made it happen. So what I'm going to do is first thing is draw a marquee up here. In fact, I'm going to put it on a separate layer. So I'll make a new layer, draw my marquee. There we go. And I want to put a gradient on here to make a little transition going across. Probably the fastest way to do that is G for gradient. And right now my colors are set to gray and to black. Well, let's change the colors to, let's see if I save my color palette up here. There's my color palette. So let's go ahead and change foreground color to the blue. And the background color, we'll make it tan. Then we'll go to gradient, go back to the one we were in. There we go. And just drag it across, and it's saying, oh, I want to do black and white still. Okay, you want to do black and white? Well, let's fix that. We're going to click this color over here, and I'm going to go with the blue that I picked before. Click OK. Click the color on the right, and we'll pick the background color. So we'll double click that, pick background color, and just like that, magic. That's how easy it is. And you can change this on the fly with the new gradient tool. You can change and drag, put it where you want it. You can make your gradient move from the middle. Everything's on the fly now, so it's super easy to work with.
Hey, Mike, can you back up and do the background color again? I messed up.
No. You need to be paying attention.
Yvette, they're picking on me.
Again, still. Yeah, if you look at the dot on the right-hand side, I can double click on that dot and then pick the color that I want.
Okay.
So we got that. Let's add a new layer on top of that. And I'm going to go to my West Coast School logo. And we're on this file here. So let's drag it over here. West Coast School is going to drop right in there. So we can add things about West Coast School. So we've got that. We've got to bring this down above that. So layer one, I am going to go to my marquee tool, and I'm going to select this box right here. And I'm going to fill it with one of my colors. I can go to my libraries and have my library colors available to me there, or I've already got the file open, which is right here. And we're going to put the first box and make it this gold color. So I'm going to select that color by clicking on the color palette on the left-hand side. The color picker comes up, click on that, and it says, hey, look, it's gold. Perfect. So let's go back and find this one. And we're going to fill this. And to fill, you can go to, I think it's in the gradient tool or the eyedropper tool where the paint bucket is. I don't use the paint bucket anymore. I use keyboard shortcut. And if you look on the left-hand side, which is your background color, your keyboard shortcut for this would be Option or Alt, which is on the left side of Command or Control. So Option, Delete, or Alt, Delete, and it fills in that color for me. Pretty simple, huh? Let's go ahead and hit X to bring that up. We'll do the same thing for this layer. And we'll make a new layer out of that just for fun. And we'll do the same thing. Option or Alt, boom. Do a new layer. And you'll notice that my marquee tool is hitting the guides and sticking to the guides. So it makes it easy for me to make sure I stay within the lines. And we're going to go with this gray color here. So I'll bring up my color picker. Click on the gray. Everybody's happy. We're going to fill this with gray. Option or Alt Delete. Boom. And last but not least, we have this one. So what color we got left? Those are all dark colors, aren't they? We'll go with blue and we'll change the font to a white font to fill it in. So we'll hit Option Delete. And now we've got those four going on. So let's go ahead and we will take the text tool.
You didn't create a new layer for that last time.
Oh, man. I hate when that happens. Create a new layer. Do the same thing one more time.
He was just testing us.
No, I saw that since I went to the text tool and said, oh, man, I didn't create a new layer. How's that? So we'll go to layer 1 and let's go ahead and we'll just start a font in there. That's a little bit big. And the reason why I have the Lorem Ipsum in there, it shows me immediately when I start typing how big that font's going to be. And obviously I don't want it that big. So let's go ahead and make it 18 to see what it looks like. Hit OK. Perfect. Move it up. And West Coast School. Let's see. Education. And I think I will probably go with black font there. So we'll change the font color from that dark blue to black. The shortcut down here where you have the pound sign, that's the hexadecimal color. And that's how you program websites and stuff. So black is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And do I like black or do I want white? Let's go with FFF. There we go. Now we have white. Get it nice and centered. West Coast School is all about education. What's the next thing about West Coast School that's really great, Mr. Carl?
Relationships.
Friends.
Okay, I heard relationships from Anthony, and what was it, Mel?
Friends. So same
Friends.
thing. Same thing.
Okay.
How about social?
Sounds like a disease, but we'll take it.
Oh, man.
Are you speaking about Dennis himself as a disease? Or...
Oh,
And let's go ahead and move that over just a touch. Get it nice and centered. And next layer, we're going to go above this one. Education, social. Not a lot to say about West Coast School, do we?
Locations, I guess.
Party. And let's
Mentoring.
go mentoring.
Mm-hmm.
We can do that. So we'll hit text here and we'll go to mentoring. And you guys have to check my spelling because my typing is not the greatest.
You wouldn't create a mask for any of these?
No, don't need to.
Okay.
I don't need to mask them off. If I decide I want to later, like let's say the blue one, I want to take off a little corner. So I'll add a mask. And then I'll take my marquee tool and I change it to the elliptical marquee. I'm going to change the color to black, so we can do that. Hold the shift key down, which gives me a perfectly round. And then fill with black. And it takes out the corner there. So you could use, if you wanted to make them something special or do something besides square, you could use that use a mouse for it, but we don't need a mouse. So
Okay.
on that, delete the mask and Command D to deselect. Okay, up here, we are going to, whoops, I'm still in elliptical. Deselect, go to rectangular, and let's take this, and we need to be on the education layer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make these a group. Command G to make a group. I selected both, hit Command G. It's now a group, and we're going to call it education. And with our text font, let's go to T for text. And what am I going to say about our instructors? Let's see, we're white on white, so we need to change this to black to start with. So we'll go to 0. And we're going to say 5 fantastic instructors and I can't type. And I warned you that.
Teaching practical real-world skills.
Mel's gonna want to copy this afterwards.
And let's do this. Fantastic, comma, fun instructors teaching. There we go. Real world photographic skills. And I want to kind of put that in the middle, so I'll just kind of drop that down one line so it's in the middle there. Click OK. And I think I need to drop this down into the education group. Come on, drop. There we go. It's in the group. And let's go ahead and put a stroke. Oh, that goes around the text. Never mind. Let's do this then. V for move. Move that over just a hair. M for marquee. Select that. I'm going to go to image. I'm sorry. I'm going to go to edit, and it should be a stroke in here. And it is. It's grayed out. The reason why it's grayed out is because I'm on a text layer. It's not going to work on my text layer. So let's create a new layer with the marquee, and I could probably do the stroke from here. I can. Way cool. Do a stroke. We'll do it. Make it 8 pixels so you guys can see it really easy. Color. Let's go ahead and click the same color as that. Click OK. And let's add a drop shadow to it just because we're being weird. And nothing showed up. Huh. Interesting. Why did that not show up? Take that down. Okay. Do the marquee. We'll just do it this way then. Edit. I'm back on that layer again. Hang on. Now we'll do it. Edit, stroke. Pick this color. I think we said 6 pixels last time. I said pick that color. Thank you. Now we have a stroke. So if I hide the guides for a second, view, show, and we'll click off the guides, and you can see that you got a stroke there. Turn the guides back on again. Cool. Deselect. Social. What do we want to talk about social? Dennis, this was your bright idea. What's good for social?
Interaction, parties, and
Come experience an incredible week of networking, education,
oh,
fun.
Again, Mel's working on his program here.
Come experience a week
Of
of
networking, education, and fun.
Did you just pull that up on AI?
No.
AI or IA, huh?
AI, or whatever.
EIO.
AIO,
That's short for
whatever.
Mel's BS.
Yeah.
Networking, education, and fun. Anything else you want to add in there? Hang out with the best photographers in the world.
There you go. Why not?
I won't be there.
And we need to bring this one from education up to social. And we're going to make a group out of this group. So let's go ahead and Command G after I selected all three on the right-hand side on the layers panel. And we're going to title this one social. So that's our social box. And we'll open it up, open Sesame. We will add a stroke on a new layer after I move the text around just a little bit. There we go. Go to the new layer. Take the marquee tool, M for marquee. You notice I'm not even using the toolbox on the left-hand side. I'm just using keyboard shortcuts. It's so much easier. We'll go to edit, stroke, color. Let's pick that color right there. Pick that color, thank you. Click OK. Command D to deselect, and it should be there, I hope. We'll see what happens. And then let's go to T for text, and we're on layer 4. And this is parties. Unless you want to change it to something else, Mr. Art Director. When you're working with clients, not just Mel, but when you're working with clients, you have people that change their mind on a regular basis. So, well, I don't really like to have parties as our main priority. Well, okay, what would you like? And you come up with the idea. And one more thing before we get, let's do it anyway. Parties.
You got to fix the spelling on.
I saw that, yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to finish my train of thought before I screwed it up.
Well, how do you fix your spelling, Michael? Do you ever go back and use the edit, check spelling on that before, or do you ever use that much when you're doing these things, or just try to wait for it to tell you?
I will, with Photoshop, you almost have to tell it to do the spell check for you. Let me select this layer real quick, go to T, change this to black. Because if I type a word that doesn't make sense.
Like training people? Yeah.
Okay, it doesn't underline it and say, hey, you got a problem here. So what I have to do, let me get rid of that.
How about people, fix people too?
God, you guys don't like my spelling. So what I would do is I've got this type selected. We'll go to the type tool. I'm sorry, it's under edit, check spelling. Spell check complete. I done good. Let's do this one. Edit, check spelling. Spell check complete. I done good. And we'll do this on this one too. Although I've got 15 editors out there right now keeping me in line, and I appreciate it.
It's about like working for commercial and having somebody tell you what to do all day long.
Exactly. They're paying me by the hour, so I'll take my time and do it right. Come party with us, fun people, entertaining people.
Don't miss our welcome social.
Don't, D-O-N-T, miss. 2 S's, not 3.
Also come and infuse your ideas with other professionals.
Well, let's take this. You know what? I'm going to change this from a left justified font. And it's all one paragraph. So I'll go up here and click on the center. And we'll center it. Move it down just a little bit. So we'll hit OK. V for move tool. Get it centered. And again, we'll make a new layer. We will go to M for marquee. And I'm going to use the gray this time for our stroke. Edit, stroke. Change colors to gray. Okay. Everybody's happy. 6 pixels. Boom. Command D to deselect. And mentoring. You don't get any mentoring at school.
Now I don't see any highlight or any stuff on the social wording. I don't see your
You don't see.
No, I don't see your stroke.
Let me
Stroke there.
view, show, turn off guides. Guides are turned off, and it's
Okay,
there.
very light.
Okay. The guides are kind of hiding it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's cool.
Yep.
Thank you.
But thank you for pointing that out. Show guides. There we go. And we got
Mel
one
wants
more
to point
do.
that out because he doesn't want to have to fix it later.
Oh, trust me, this needs to be changed to the West Coast school colors, but it'd be easy to do. I tell you, once we got it, it's going to be great. Okay, mentoring. I know we have something really nice to say about mentoring.
Oh, what can we say about our mentors?
Dumb instructors saying
No.
things.
I'm gonna make a screen capture of this and post
Students
it.
can learn the latest techniques from our successful and professional instructors.
Ugh. Wow.
Come on, Anthony, roll with it.
Boy, that was a roller coaster.
From our instructors?
Yes.
1:35 p.m.
Your instructors will embrace and acknowledge you with the most up patience and understanding. Let them infuse your ideas in the future.
And this needs to go up above mentoring. Parties needs to be a group. Command G, double click, parties. Bing!
Now you still have to do the stroke around the mentoring
Yeah, I'm looking to where
where it is.
I screwed up on the Command G. Hang on, let me undo the group. Okay, mentoring parties. Okay, parties is already there. This is the mentoring group. Okay, so we'll do Command G, and this is mentoring. Click OK, and I need to do a stroke around students. So let's go ahead and make a new layer. And we'll go to the marquee tool one more time. We'll go up to Edit, Stroke, 6 pixels. Color is gray. I don't want gray. I want a beautiful blue. Click OK. We have that. Drag him down into mentoring. We got that. Parties. Come party with us in that group. Command G. Make parties. And you notice that I'm renaming all of my information. Okay, that needs to be up in the education section. Fun, fantastic. That's in education also. Why is it not showing up there? There we go. Everything is looking good. That would be logo. The gradient fill is up above, and we can change it to the West Coast school colors. We can do anything we want to do. Okay. Now we have one more column to make on the right-hand side. Do text. June 9 to 14.
Yes.
Let's center that. So we'll go up here to center. 2024. And I'm going to make that something special. Bold. Boom. And what beautiful city is it in?
Valencia.
Valencia, like an orange.
Come home to Valencia. I would just put CA. I think it looks weird doing it that way.
I could put Cali.
No period.
We can change that to bold too. Let's make that bold. Period gone.
That works.
Call 1-800-439-5839. That don't fit very well there.
So make it smaller.
I'm going to have to.
Yeah.
And what I can do is go up here, start with 16. Nope. 14.
You can get rid of the one, Michael. Most people use cell phones anyways these days.
Well, let's make it bigger then. There we go.
Perfect.
16. And you can call extension 1,
3 or 3.
3, 2.
Just put the 1 and 3.
Sorry, I had to go there.
I know.
For info and talking to a very nice West Coast school director.
Man, Michael.
You know what? I need to change that. Let's go ahead and take this, Command X to cut, Command V to paste, bring it up one. For info and talking to a very nice West Coast school instructor. Whoa. Typo again. I done warned you. Call that number. Don't need that. Don't save. Don't need that because we've used it. And we don't need that. So the color on the top, Mel, are you happy with the colors on top?
Yeah, the colors are fine. That's fine.
You're okay with that?
Yeah.
I was expecting a no. We'd have to fix it.
Well, okay. If you wanted to fix it, I would pick the lighter blue and the orange that's in the logo.
You want those to be your colors?
Sure.
So we'll double click on our gradient. And it brings up the gradient editor. Oh, cool. Watch this. We'll click on the bottom picker, pick the blue, click OK, pick the bottom on the gradient on this side, pick this ugly orange, click OK. Click OK. Go into the gradient tool. I'm going to drag the orange a little bit further right. So
I like
it kind of,
that. Yeah. Okay.
kind of blends out a little bit better.
Interesting.
I didn't know you could drag that off the
Yeah.
template.
If I keep it in tight like this,
Gonna make it brighter.
you can see that the colors mash together faster.
Mm-hmm.
I like starting with the blue, going to the orange. And that logo just does not cut it for me. So let's click OK. Get out of the gradient tool. We're on the logo now.
But
So
center it now.
Hey, that might work. So V for move. I hit Command T. And the reason I brought Command T, which is free transform, on the logo, you can see the corners have dots on them and the center has a dot on them. Well, my center here, move it over just a touch right there. That looks like it's about centered. And if I take my select color range, we're going to select this black up here. And it's selecting the whole color. So let's go ahead and just do that. And
It selected all the text.
it did. And that shouldn't do that. So let's do this. Let's turn all these off. Command D to deselect. Let's go back up to the select tool, color range, see if it does it again. There we go. And it's got the same parameters as far as fuzziness, selects a little bit more and cleans up my selection a little bit. Click OK. And I'm going to put a mask on there. And what it did, it took out
Got all the color.
all the color. Well, darn, if I hit Command or Control I, that inverts the mask. That's still not what I want, though. But I know my art director has sent me a new logo to fix that. So I'm going to drag that off to the trash. Don't apply, delete, turn everything back on again. And all you have to do is just drag down the row. You don't have to click on each and every row there. So that's how easy it is to create a flyer. And once you have this created, save it as a PSD. so that if you want to change anything, your art director says, well, I don't like this or I don't like that. Fine, we can fix that. Really easy to do. Let me get rid of the guides, view, show, turn off guides. Command 0, hit F, F. And there you go, just that easy. Any questions on what we did?
Wow.
This would make you go to West Coast School. And what you could do is put a picture of people having a good time or experiencing a good time in the background there. And just make it happen. You could even use AI. Let's go ahead and hit F again to bring it back. And we're going to turn off everything but the background layer. So we're going to hit Option and click on the eye. And that got rid of everything but the background layer. So let's go ahead and hit plus to make a new layer. M for marquee. Well, let me turn on this guy too so I know where I'm at. And this one. There we go. Take the marquee tool, drag it down, turn these guys off, and generative fill. Type in formal party. Generate. And generate. And in the magic of computers, I would fast forward this, and that does not quite work.
Okay.
Okay. Let's undo that, Command Z.
We have to talk about your computer.
Yeah. Let's go to Safari. Go to Firefly. And we're going to do social party. Yeah, we should do a social party. I need to click here to make it there. And we need to make it a portrait so it's tall. Change it to, yeah, that was not social parties. Hello. We
It's
do
a
need
beach
to talk
party.
to this. Definitely need to talk to this. Why do I? Okay.
I think
Not
that was
beach party.
I think that was West Coast School back in the 80s.
I only typed in 2 words, which is formal party. It says prompt too short. Well, no, it's not. It'll give me a good result right now. Formal party people.
Gala? You want to use the word gala?
Maybe.
Yeah, formal sounds too stuffy for you guys. Just saying.
Casual.
Casual. Well, it'll go too casual. Let's see. Gala people, casual,
Outdoor party.
outdoor. And here we go. Great result is, we'll take this one. It's not totally casual, but click up here, download. It says we're doing promoting AI. Okay. It says when it's going to content credentials will be applied. I've never been able to find them to be able to see if it's a, oh, let's just double click on it. There we go. V for move, drag it over, drag it over.
Why
Command. I don't know why it did that. It shouldn't, but it did. And you notice when I started doing this, it went wonky on me. I'm going to hit escape, Command Z. Oh, it started dragging because there's a marquee up there.
So do you have to move the photo below the marquee?
So I hit Command D to deselect. And then when I went Command T, now it will go. And I want to make it bigger. When I try to hit Option, I can wonky it out because in the upper toolbar between width and height, it's unlocked because I was doing something earlier and it unlocked it. So let's go ahead and do this, make it bigger. Got a party with the city in the background because we're going to be in the big city. Turn everything back on again. Never mind, go away you. Okay, now we'll turn everything back on. I'm going to take this layer and I'm going to change the opacity down to about 10 just by hitting 1, 20, 30. I don't think I'd go any higher
I
than.
don't think so either, because then you start to lose the.
Yeah. I'm going to go with 20 just to put it in there, but you can see people with champagne in the background and having a good time. And obviously we could, with our 5 fantastic instructors, this is easy peasy. So let's go up to education. And we're going to take our marquee tool, M for marquee. Make a new layer. And we're going to fill it with gray. Click on here. Saturation 0. And we'll go with, say, 60% gray. Where am I? Okay. I'm going to put that in education. And let's fill it with 50% or whatever gray we decided on. Option delete. Oh, wow. Look at that. Drop the opacity from 100 to 50, 30, 20.
Interesting.
And I'm just tapping the 2 and 3 key to see which way I like it better. Deselect. I think I'd do it like that. And then I'd do the same for each of the 4 things there so that they stand out outside of the photograph.
I like that a lot.
And if you want to get fancy, on layer 12, which is the color layer, we'll go to drop shadow, see if it, yeah, I did it. Okay. Opacity is at 51. Distance, we'll bring it back. Bring opacity up. And just play with it to see what you got. And you can move it by clicking on it and dragging it around. And there you go. If you want to do the same thing on the next layer, you take your effects, hold the Option or Alt key, drag it up to education. Whoops, that we're in education. Never mind, I'm going to drag it up to social. And we'd have to do the same thing, adding the gray in there. But to add it to the next section, hold the Option or Alt key, which copies it and pastes it up there for you. And you have to do it so it's not on the text. So there you go. Questions? Going once, going twice.
That was pretty cool.
Stop sharing, turn off